Hello everybody, video here for you today. This is the retro no cap recap of the Curse of Oak Island season 8 episode 5 called The Master Plan. Originally aired December 8th, 2020. If you missed any of my recaps, previous and future episodes, there's a link to my Oak Island playlist in the upper right. Let's get into it. Previously on the Curse of Oak Island, people have been looking for an incredible treasure for 230 years. Due to the pandemic restrictions in the summer of 2020, the Laguna team is unable to do the bigger digging operation they had planned. Shifting course, they decided to do a target grid pattern drilling operation to try to get more information on the subterranean layout of the money pit area. They start with borehole F4, and as you can see by the location of the black drilling rig, it is further west than the Hedden and Chapel shafts, which are in the area southwest of the garden shaft, approximately from the blue rectangle and caisson beside it to the smaller caisson, which is east of the white pickup with the black bed. Rick, Marty, and other members of the team meet on lot 11 just west of the swamp to continue to investigate the trench feature found there, while following up on researcher Corin Mall's suggestion that they check out the two green dots determined by aligning pentagrams with Nolan's cross. Dr. Spooner is running the show and decides that Gary should metal detect first. Then some of the trees will be cleared so they can excavate the feature. Dr. Spooner says he's interested if it's newer, what were they looking for, and if it's older, there are many possible reasons for it. Gary does not get any its, as he says, so Billy begins excavating. He digs down a boot 4 feet under the spoils the builders pulled out of the now water-filled trench they dug, and the team sees that there too is all previously disturbed soil. Billy takes out another scoop and reveals stones fitted together, which Dr. Spooner compared to the paved area in the swamp that was dated to 1200 AD. This drone transition shot, once back from the commercial break, shows how close they are to the western side of the man-made triangle-shaped swamp. And this graphic shows the locations of both the paved area and the trench feature. It appears that the fitted stones go the complete length of the trench. Farmer Anthony Graves, who has been mentioned in the more recent January 2025 episodes, built his house on the same lot north of the trench feature. Dr. Spooner says a farmer would have no reason to build this. Rick says it's possible the search has been going on longer than we think it has been. Dr. Spooner suggests not disturbing the feature further because it's dug out enough for him to continue the investigation of it. Members of the team in the war room and via video conferencing meet with Geographic Information Systems expert Erin Helton to discuss some work she has been doing regarding the Xena Halpern map of Oak Island that she presented to the team in 2016. The labels here are English translations. The original writing is French. It includes the well-known landmarks of the swamp and the money pit, but also some that remain a mystery, including the two marked as the anchors. Using aerial images and aerial LiDAR scans as data sets, Aaron started with the boulders of Nolan's Cross, then used boulders on Lot 20 in Smith's Cove and Lot 21 on the western side of the island. She found that these are on a very precise alignment within 0.05 of a degree. She added a Lot 6 boulder and drew a circle based on 21A with 6A as the center. Then extending the cross arm line, it intersects with the west-east line and the circle, and she proposes that as the location of the west anchor on lot 15. A 30-degree east of north line from 15A gives what she believes is the north anchor. She found a map that was published in Popular Science magazine in June 1939, and it has the two drilled stones, other boulders, and measurements, and using those she will triangulate a vault location. She added the lot 15 boulder, drawing a line to 20A, and from 16A to the east drilled rock, and a circle with the west anchor as the center, and gives the vault location as the intersection between the three. Steve had given her the location of their best guess, which is the RF1 location. When dug the previous year, the team brought up large wood beams with Roman numerals carved into them. The center point of RF1 is 3 feet northwest of Aaron's proposed location. Steve asked Aaron if she'd like him to check all of the stone locations, and she says the north and west anchor would be great. She says she's curious as to their size because the smaller the boulder, the more precise the alignments would be. In the Money Pit area, the F6 drill operation has hit bedrock at 160 feet and continued. Then they hit a void from 206 feet to 213.5 feet, which is 7.5 feet of void. But instead of being empty, there are spoils, which means there is some kind of opening, but it's not empty space. They choose to stop in that location. Rick and Gary arrive on lot 13 to metal detect the eastern spot researchers Corin Mall and Christopher Morford found indicated via their alignment research. Gary declines to dig what he says is modern iron, but then gets another which ends up being this cabinet lock. Rick points out that Anthony Graves' house was nearby. Close to the Graves' house location is a vault that was several feet underground and was uncovered in season 12. Watch my season 12 recaps for more on that. Steve, along with Marty, Alex, Gary, and Jack, find the eastern anchor position, and there is indeed a small boulder there. Steve says the exact coordinates are the same as this apparently man-made divot in the stone. They dig around the stone and flip it up so they can see the underside of it, but there are no definitive markings. They relocate to the northern shore and again find a stone at the given coordinates. Steve points out what he says could be natural or carved. Alex takes a look and says it looks a little like the boat on the boat stone. In 2015, Marty met with a researcher that told him of a stone found in western Massachusetts in the United States, and that the stone was the beginning of a treasure map. The details are highlighted here, showing a boat, an arrow, and the numbers 184 that the researcher believed to be carved by Knights Templar member Henry Sinclair, who sailed to the New World in 1398 to hide a vast treasure. Both the anchor stones are similar size and shape and are the same type of rock. They also could both be seen from a ship in the bay. I'll be continuing retro no-cap recaps of Season 8 while also recapping the new Season 12 episodes late Tuesday nights as they air. All other episodes are in my Oak Island playlist already. I'm also doing retro no-cap recaps of Season 2 through 4 of The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch as I have time. Seasons 1 and 5 are all done and are in the Skinwalker Ranch playlist. For more Corin Ma, he and researcher Chris Morford published a book called The Jerusalem Files that contains their Oak Island related research. Corin also just put out a video on the Jerusalem Files YouTube channel about another megalithic cross formation in Yorkshire, England. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe, like, and comment. Sempre avanti.